Hi Soul Family, welcome to Eringy. I'm Erin. I have a beautiful spinal and shoulder mobility flow for you today. It's one of my favorites. It's really, well, it's flowy, but it gets into the spine. It really helps open up the chest, really draw those shoulders back, and it kind of creates this new solid foundation from sort of like root up. So if you are ready for this, roll out your mat. Let's get started. Alrighty, so find yourself in Sukhasana, easy pose. Just take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's really about just allowing yourself to land here on your mat, ready to bring some beautiful energy through the spine and neck and the shoulders. So as you're seated here, just bring some awareness to those sit bones, okay? So those little knobby bits in the glutes, in the booty. So just sort of feel how it, those knobby bits are grounding down through onto the mat. And just sort of not slump down into it, but just maybe if you can just let gravity just sort of let you, pull you down just a little bit. Keeping a nice straight line, a centered line, stable line through the midline of the back, up through the spine, through the neck, crown of the head, and just breathing. On your next inhale, drop your chin down to chest, and you can keep your, obviously you might want to have a look at what we're doing here, but you can keep your eyes closed as well. So you're dropping your chin down to the chest, and you're just drawing a little, sort of like a tiny little circle over toward the right shoulder, maybe like a semicircle, and then drawing it back the other way toward the left shoulder. And as you keep creating this beautiful flow in the neck, just increase that shape of the circle. Eventually, it's going to become a full circle. Remember to keep that breath nice and even through the inhales and exhales. You might become aware too that one part of the neck is a little more sensitive or a little tighter than another part, and it's a good indication to know where to put your awareness. You can say to yourself, so that's the part of the neck that I could probably put a little bit more TLC towards. Now eventually you're going to be rolling all the way, creating that full circle with the nose. You might like to draw an entire circle all the way around, and then when you get back down to the center, go the other direction. Awesome. Now coming back up, take your right ear down toward the right shoulder. Feel a nice sort of stretch the left side of the neck here. So you're not forcing it down, you're just kind of finding that sweet spot where it starts to kind of, where your body's like letting you know, hey, we're stretching here. That's a good spot to stop. And just use your breath so you can breathe in. And then as you breathe out, you might want to just drop that ear a little closer to the shoulder. Now, if you want to intensify the stretch, you can take your left hand over to the side. You can either place your palms down onto the mat or, place your hand or your fingertips onto the mat. And this basically increases that stretch all the way up your forearm of the left and into the side of the neck. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Drop your chin down. So you're basically looking down towards your right knee. And again, using your breath, just be aware of what your spine is doing here as it's starting to kind of round a little bit or slouch over. Slouch? Yeah. Slouch over. Just kind of, again, bring some length. You know, get that groundedness through those knobby bits of the sit bones. Very technical today. Good. Release your left hand if you popped it to your side. Come back up. We'll do that on the other side. So left ear draws down toward the left shoulder. Breathing here. Remember, inhale to lengthen and exhale to stretch. It's always a good way of that goes for many parts of yoga, not just for this particular stretch. You might like to take your right arm over to the side this time. So try not to draw that left shoulder up toward the ear. Your left shoulder is nice and relaxed. The stretch is really coming from the right side of the neck. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Drop your chin down, looking over your left knee. Breathe in, release your arm and bring the neck back up to center. Sweep the arms out overhead. You're going to take hold of your forearms. Continue to ground down through those sit bones. You're going to lean over to the left and bringing your body forwards over towards your left knee and then over to the right knee and then back up. Okay, so you're not actually moving your head here. Keep that head and neck nice and stable. The movement is coming from the hip creases. And of course, your lower back and your abdominal muscles. Remember, the breath really helps for this particular one. I mean, the breath helps all the time, but just emphasizing. So as you're coming down, breathe in. And as you sweep all the way up, you breathe out. And let's go to the other side. Now over to the right. Grounding down through our butt. Keeping a nice length in the spine. Not drawing our shoulders up to our ears, so we're just keeping that nice and relaxed. And let's do that one more time. Awesome. Release the hands down. Take your right hand over to the side, palms down onto the mat. Pardon me. You might like to sort of move your arm a little bit further away from the side of the body. If you start to feel that you're kind of coming off the left glute, draw yourself back so you kind of gone too far if that happens. So just, wherever. It depends on your flexibility. Mine's about here, so I'm going to stay there. Take your left arm up and overhead. Keep the left arm straight, bend the right elbow. Don't fall don't fall back. try and keep a really beautiful, stable foundation here. Breathe in, come to center. We're going to take that to the other side. Over to the left. Keep that arm straight, gaze forward or close your eyes. Breathe in. Now we're going to add some dynamic movement here. So just a little bit faster. So it's not a race. We're not rushing through these poses. But you'll find that when we're adding these sorts of movements, we don't realize it, but we can actually go a little deeper. Just as long as your sit bones are still maintaining that groundedness, yeah? I really love adding flow, like the movement just feels really good. Okay, we're going to do one more on either side. Awesome. Take your left hand onto the right knee. We're going to do a nice twist. Right arm comes behind you. Lift up through the chest and draw the upper body over to the right. You can look over your shoulder or forwards. Wringing out that lower body, that lower spine. Inhale back to center, take it to the other side. Right hand on the left knee, left hand over to the back. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, look a little bit further over to the left shoulder. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release. Take your arms out to a T. You're going to do eagle arms. So bring those arms in front of you. Right arm goes under the left. Once they've crossed over, bend the elbows, bring the palms together to touch. Inhale, reach those fingertips up toward the sky. Exhale, draw those elbows down. Inhale, reach up. See if you can go a little higher this time. Exhale, down. Inhale to extend up, reach up, reach up. Exhale, down. Now in your own time, inhale. One last one. Awesome. Release those hands. Bring those behind you. Interlace the fingers. Press those knuckles down toward the mat. Open up the chest and look up. Take a full breath in and release. Going to do it on the other side with our eagle arms. Arms out to a T. Bring those arms in front. This time the left is going to go under the right. Cross over, bend those elbows, and the palms come to touch. So the palms aren't actually going to touch, but at least the hands are touching together, okay? And as you breathe in again, reach those fingers all the way up and breathe out. You might find that one side of the body is a little tighter than the other. And we're really kind of getting into our shoulders here. You're doing really, really well. Just do this in your own time. Keep grounding through those sit bones. One last one. You have got this. And release. Bring those hands behind you. Again, Interlace those fingers, knuckles down, open the chest, looking up. Draw the shoulders away. Take a full breath in. And release, come back to center. Okay, now meet me in tabletop position. Onto your hands and knees. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Knees hip distance apart. Okay, so we're going to do what's called a cat-cow flow. So from this tabletop position, this neutral space, you're going to start to arch your spine and draw the tailbone down. And it's a dynamic movement. So you're going to be doing that as well as sending those hips down towards the heels, like you're coming into child pose. So you do that, drop those forearms down, look down toward the mat, and it's like you're drawing a line with your nose. So you're lifting back up, the hip is coming back up, you're pressing through your palms, curving that spine, so you're dropping the belly down, and this would be your cow. Okay, so we'll do it slightly, a little bit faster now. So drop the tailbone, arch the spine, come down onto the knees, drop the forearms, draw that line with the nose, coming forwards, lifting up the chest. And now you've dropped your belly down and then basically back into tabletop. But we're going to be doing that in a more sort of flowy fashion. Okay, so let's do that. So inhale, drop the tailbone, arch the spine, come down. Exhale, push forward into your cow. Inhale, coming into cat, down into child pose. Exhale, lifting up through those palms, extending those shoulders back. So just do this in your own time because your breath rate might be a little bit different to mine. Last one. And when you're ready, meet me back to tabletop. Awesome. Bring the big toes to touch, widen those legs, come down into child pose, or wide child pose. Drop the forehead down, just relax here for a little bit. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come back up into our tabletop. We're going to walk our hands forward and just drop all the way down onto our belly. Okay, we're going to do what's called scorpion twist. I really love this one. This is really, really good for the shoulders. So to do the scorpion twist, take your right arm out to kind of like you're doing half T. Take your arm out and your left hand is going to press down. So it's just a little bit further out from the shoulder. Press down through the mat and you're going to use your palm to push the ground away from you as you come onto your right side. So this might feel like enough stretch for you and you should be feeling it in the joint of your right shoulder. If you want to kind of go a little bit further with this, you can take your left leg and bend it at the knee and send the sole of the foot behind you. Okay, so you're getting a really beautiful stretch. Neck just stays up, okay? Stays up. Bring that length through the neck as well. Trying to create sort of like a neutral line through the upper part of the body. Remember to breathe. Inhale, roll back nice and gently. Do this on the other side. Left arm comes out this time. Right palm pushes down onto the floor. Roll onto the left side. And if that feels good, stay here. If you'd like to go a little bit further, take your right foot behind you. Let it land wherever it wants to go. And just stay in this pose. Use your breath. And just enjoy this beautiful shoulder stretch here. Inhale, rolling back nice and gently. Bring those hands beneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, and come into your first down dog of this practice. Pedal out those feet because this is the first time that we've been here. Now you're going to be doing a spinal flow. So it's like you're in down dog, and then you're moving into plank and then back into down dog. So lift those hips up a bit. You're going to round the spine as you come into plank. So begin to round, lift those feet up onto the toes, round in the spine. This is sort of your plank with a rounded spine here. And then drop those knees. You're not going to drop them onto the mat, but drop them a little bit. Drop the back. Lift those hips back and up. Okay, so you can sort of see that we get this sort of beautiful spinal flow happening. And it's it can be a little bit challenging. And I encourage you to do this in your own breath rate, okay? And it does feel a little funky as well. So if you're still trying to work it out, it's all good. I'll try one more if you can do that. I know you can. You've got this. And then meet me back into down dog. Awesome. Drop the knees. Coming back down onto our belly. Take those hands, place them under your shoulders. Rest your forehead down for a moment. Just take some breaths. So you have an option here. We can go into the full Cobra or a mini Cobra. Just listen to the body. And we're just going to do like a dynamic flow again. So it's all very flowy today. Really finding that movement in the spine and the shoulders and that neck. So inhale, press through those hands. Draw the mat away from you. Lift the chest, Cobra. Exhale, release down. Inhale, come to Cobra. Exhale, down again. Find that nice lower back bend. And just only take it as far as you want to take it. Listen to the body. Draw those shoulders away from the ears if you have a tendency of sort of scrunching them up. Gonna do one more Cobra. You can do this. And release. Take those arms out in front of you, a little bit wide now. Press down through all those fingertips. And we're going to come into seal pose. Lift that chest, look forward. Feel those lower back muscles engaged. Exhale, release down. Hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, push yourself up. Walk your knees forwards. Cross at the ankles, come onto the bottom. Legs out in front. I'm going to do a reverse tabletop, and again, more dynamic movement. Hands behind you with the fingers pointing toward the back of the mat. Lift up through the chest, lift your shoulders. Going to engage your core here. Big breath in, lift those hips up as high as you can, like you are a table, and then drop the bottom down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, back down. Inhale. Exhale. If it's comfortable on the neck, you can extend and look up. And then come back down. It's always good, isn't it, to just listen to the body and respond to what it's asking. So as you're lifting up, really be aware of sort of snuggling those shoulder blades back toward each other and then helping it to expand as you come down again, okay? Because we are focusing on shoulders, focusing on the spine. And let's just do one more. And release down. Awesome. Walk those feet forward just a touch. Come down onto your back. Knees are still bent. Bring those knees up to the chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze here. Take your arms out to a T. Drop those knees down over to the right. You can continue to gaze up or look over your left shoulder and breathe. Relax the shoulders down into the mat. Inhale back up. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Inhale, back up again. Take your left leg down so it's nice and straight in front. Just do another squeeze with the right thigh toward the chest. Release and bring the left up this time. Give it a squeeze. Just a beautiful, loving squeeze. And release into Savasana. So this is the most important pose of yoga. So ensure that you are very comfortable here. Keep those legs wide. Arms by your sides, or you might like to place your hands on the stomach and chest. When you are ready, close your eyes. And just imagine that there is a ball of light right at the tailbone. This beautiful healing light. So you can give it whatever color you like that resembles that healing power. And just watch it as it beams and pulsates near that lower part of your spine, your back. And then visualize the layout of your spine. See the curve of the spine, the naturalness of it, the bones that connect with one another. See the nervous system travel down your spinal cord. Maybe there's an area of the spine that comes to mind that doesn't seem to be as perhaps vibrant, as alive as the rest of the spine. But whatever condition your spine is at the moment, that is completely fine. You are where you are, and you're doing the work to help bring a little more mobility to that aspect of the body. So sense, feel, and trust that this beautiful light, this ball of healing light at the tailbone begins to travel vertebrae by vertebrae from the tailbone all the way up through the rest of the spine, just making its way slowly, but completely engulfing every part of your spine, of your back, bringing with it a sense of relaxation, bringing with it a sense of stability and strength. And just watch it do its work. Watch that energy just focus on the different bony bits, the spine, the discs, the spinal cord, infusing every part with its healing energy. And as it continues to travel, the parts of the spine it has already traveled on is illuminated, bright and vibrant, as that healing energy continues to work its magic. So take a full breath in and imagine that light all the way to the top of your spine, your neck, the part of the spine that supports the skull, that supports your ideas, your inspiration, supports the way you communicate, the way you show up in the world. And just watch that your entire spine now has been engulfed completely by this beautiful healing energy. And then imagine, sense, feel, and trust that this light expands beyond your spine, beyond the neck, expands across your entire back part of the body, continues to expand along the floor like a giant blanket of healing light. And then feel this light start to flow over you, draws its way away from the ground and comes up and over your body, like it's wrapping you up in one big healing light, completely engulfing your entire body, solidifying that sense of stability and strength. Helping you to stay grounded, present, and in your power Take a full breath in and breathe out. If you'd like to stay in this pose for a while longer, you are very, very welcome. I'm sending you so much love and so much gratitude and appreciation for you showing up today on the mat. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.